Hello everyone, my name is Jaybird and welcome back to AIRIS. So, last episode I went back and replayed the game and got the first ending. And so today, now that I have 1 and 2 done, I'm gonna do, depending on time, I'm going to get ending 3, and I might get ending 4 as well. But that just depends on the time. There's gonna be a lot of skipping to get to the endings. I'm not gonna pause to see how the characters react and stuff, unless it's something I haven't seen before, but I doubt that. But that is what I'm gonna do, so let's load. We're gonna load our first save file here, which is how the guide says to do it. So, alright. This music's so epic. But yeah, the guide I'm looking at told me to create save files and stuff, so it's like load save 1. So this is how this is going to be back to the start ending. I guess I could just skip to the next. I'll just skip to the next thing. We're supposed to say maybe. Everett does raise an interesting point. I can see why the king would be tempted to lie to us about our immortality, even though that's honestly a terrible thing to do and has a great impact on every single one of us vassals. Sensing my hesitation, Everett gives a triumphant smirk. See? It does all sound quite suspicious, doesn't it? Amused, I shake my head at her, pushing away the doubts. Stop trying to convert me into a believer of your strange conspiracy theories. Okay. Skipping. I'm supposed to accept the invitation. Maybe Ever's right. I've practically turned the forest upside down this week, so Lyle couldn't possibly be there still. Without any further leads, I'd just be wasting my time searching through the same places again and again. There's nothing I can do. I can only pray for Lyle's safe return, and hit him on the head with my sword when they do show up for making me fear for their life. With a sigh, I glance at Evra, who gives me an encouraging nod. Alright, you win. But only if you pay for the drinks tonight. Evra gives an incredulous snort of laughter, one hand flying to her hip. How about no? Missy, I'm already giving you free counseling to soothe your emotional turmoil. You should be paying for the drinks to thank me, not the other way around. Hey, you invited me for a drink and insisted on my staying to drink with you. Clearly you should be the one to pay. Besides, you're the richer one out of the two of us. I'm just a poor, lowly ranked officer who barely makes enough to feed herself. See? That's why I told you to sell Teddy to the circus. No need to spend money on feeding her, and you make a fortune from selling a tamed bear cub. Almost choking on thin air, I begin laughing in disbelief. You monster! I would never! Then don't complain to me about your poorness. I have no sympathy for your financial woes. Fine, in that case, I'll just leave then. I'm sure you don't desperately desire my company, not at all. I get up from the table again, pretending to walk away. I've barely taken a step when Evra shouts for me to wait, and I turn to her expectantly. Evra grumbles under her breath before reluctantly nodding with an eye roll at my melodramatic act and shoving my drink into my hand. Fine, whatever. Just drink your beer before it gets even colder, woman. Woman! I do that too. After a moment of hesitation, I slide back into my seat and down the drink in one go, slamming the glass back on the table. Even before the alcohol makes its way down to my stomach, I already feel better. Lighter just from my banter with Evra. There we go. You're so pretty when you smile genuinely without your eyes being shadowed by worries, Alia. Stunned by her sudden compliment, it takes me a moment before I remember to thank her, but by then, Evra has already moved on, almost as though the words had never left her mouth at all. I challenge you to the Guild's official drinking game. Whoever gets wasted first has to pay for the drinks. Hey, I thought you already agreed to pay for my drinks tonight. Oops, did I forget to mention that comes with the condition that you must beat me at the drinking game first? You filthy liar. There's no real venom in my voice, but I can't help but grin at her in both exasperation and amusement. What, scared you'd lose? You did not just go there. Fine, you're on. Barking out a laugh, I waved the tavern keeper over to order more drinks, happy to be free from my worries for just one evening. Wonderful. God damn. People be drinking. Skipping. Alright. You're right, it would be very unfair. So as you said, it's not my fault. I can't control this, and if they were to kick me out of the guild after my years of loyal service for something like this, I can only scowl in frustration at the thought, pulling my legs up to my chest. Nothing I can really do about it, though. I can only pray they won't find out. Isn't that all the more reason to go to a medic to see what's causing this and how to cure it? Before it gets worse and attracts attention from the authorities? You can't hide this forever. I've got working on it. Skipping. Just gonna keep on skipping. Ask her directly. You're gonna ask her directly. There's no point in beating around the bush. I should just get to the chase, and I'm sure Evra would appreciate my directness as well. Is there something you aren't telling me, Evra? If Evra's surprised at my question, she hides it well. Instead, she gives a small laugh and flashes a smile at me that doesn't quite touch her eyes. Of course not. Why would you think that? I can't say I didn't expect that answer from her, but I'm disappointed nonetheless. Out of everyone in the guild, even though all of us have our secrets and tragic past that led to Seeing all this. Oh, yep. Rules are made to be broken. Who cares about these silly rules? Certainly not I, when it means I can finally have enough gold to purchase the beautiful dragon flame sword that I've had my eyes on for months. It's not a big deal, honestly. Rules are made to be broken, after all. I give a mischievous wink, and Ever shoots Lyle a triumphant smirk. See, Alia agrees with me. Lyle raises her hands in surrender, knowing they've lost the vote. Alright, I can see a vote voted here. You guys win. Well, you don't have to force yourself to come along if you don't want to. We'd be just fine without you. No, you wouldn't. Just gonna keep on skipping. Just gonna keep on skipping. We're gonna jump in front of everyone. I don't have time to think. I just act. My limbs driven by pure instinct. I scramble in front of everyone, spreading my arms out to protect her. The bat's humongous wing collides with the side of my head, knocking me off the ground and throwing me clean up through the air. A blinding pain explodes in my head. The last thing I hear is a horrified... Oh god, look at her. Look at her eyes! They're just so gross! Ugh! Yeah! Her eyelashes just disappear when her face is like that. It's disgusting. I hate it. Steve really can't fucking scream and everything goes hard. Wonderful. Distract me. What happened? Did I die and get revived? No, almost. Can I skip? Can I please skip? There you go. Why does it keep stopping like that? Why? Is it just new stuff? I don't get it. Just keep skipping. I don't care about all this. I don't care. Skip. Gotta get all through all of this. I do. It sounds absolutely wild and crazy and out of this world, but I can see the honesty and conviction in Evra's eyes. I believe her. I don't want to, but I do. I give a small nod indicating my belief, and Evra's relief is blatant on her face. Alright. My freedom being robbed by an unknown creepy player. Just the thought of someone else being in my body, controlling my limbs, passing their memories off as my own. A violent shudder runs through my body, and my fist clenches even tighter. I even no one understand why I'm la 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 la. Arg! Alright, we can just skip all this. Skipping. Of course I do. As upset as I am about whatever told me, she still is one of my best friends, and it's obvious I would care about her. I don't want to lie about it just to hurt her. Evra visibly brightens at my words, a smile lighting up her face. For some unknown reason, her clear relief and joy at something as simple as my admission to caring for her causes my heart to clench at the sight, but I try not to let it show. Well, are you going to answer my question? Almost eagerly, Evra nods, and then hesitates as she replies. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Skipping. Okay, King Leo. What should I do? You're gonna accept Evra's invitation. Alright, we're gonna ask the reason behind the guild being kept in the dark. It still upsets me greatly. Easy, just joking. Yeah, we know all this. Yeah, we know all this. Yeah, we know all this. 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 There we go. Alright. We're gonna lie. Damn it, I'm screwed, but damn if I'm going to go down without a fight. Perhaps I can fool the king into believing me over the guard. After all, I am a highly ranked, well-respected warrior in the guild. That gives my words a certain degree of power, right? Taking a deep breath to calm my nerves, I bob into a curtsy as low as it can be done with my hands still restrained behind my back. Your Majesty, I'm afraid the guard was simply mistaken. Yes, I was walking in the hallways, but I must insist that I was not skulking suspiciously as he implied. Moreover, I was not disguised with magic whatsoever. He only caught a glimpse of my sword at my side and assumed I was a fellow guard, as I was shielded by the darkness of the shadows. I did not come here to spy on you, Your Majesty. I would never dare to. I am a faithful vassal of AIRIS, a warrior at your command who serves you faithfully every day. Then why have you come? Merely to request audience with you. The guild has selected me as their representative to come and speak to you about an urgent matter. When the guards at the front gates heard of this, they let me in. I did not sneak in with any ill intent. Please believe me, Your Majesty. The king frowned sounds and I hold my breath, sending these summer prayers to the mothers. Please let him believe me. Please let him believe me. Oh, fuck. I must protest this. Your Majesty, surely you would not treat a faithful vassal this way. The words are lost on his ears and he turns away, staring down the hallway. No, not to say God. Damn it. Alright, well, we don't care. We don't care. We're just gonna keep on skipping till we... Oh, this is new. You have quite some nerve sneaking into the palace and lying to the king like that. I had been looking around for you, so I was already getting worried when I couldn't find you, and nobody else seemed to have seen you either. Then Lau mentioned some of their potions at home went missing, including a disguising potion, so I was already suspecting you were the thief. When some royal guards suddenly barged to the guild hall demanding a few of us to head to the castle to meet with the king, I knew something was up, and you must be in trouble. It took me a lot of bribing to have the guards randomly choose me as part of the group, and then I spent the entire way to the castle convincing the rest of the guild members chosen to go along with whatever I say. If it weren't for me, you'd probably be on your way to the execution block right now. Never shakes her head at me, but I can see a small smile tugging out of the corner of her lips. Lying to the king? It's a death sentence, Alia. You're freaking insane. A lump has risen to my throat for some reason when I realize the lengths Evra has gone to protect me, and I have to clear my throat a few times before I can speak, averting my gaze because anywhere is safer to look at than Evra's concerned eyes. They can't kill me. I remember. La, 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 la. Since the king doesn't know you lied, you're free to go, which is why I'm here to release you. I shouldn't be surprised, but somehow I still am. No. No. Did you say no to leaving this dungeon? Do you want to rot here for eternity? If I weren't so upset, I might find them. No. We're supposed to say yes. Skipping. Don't you enjoy me skipping all the shit? We're gonna change the subject. Changing the subject because it don't matter. La 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 la. We're supposed to say no, but I'm outvoted. I opened my mouth to argue against them, wanting to make them understand my point, but the firm set of Lyle's mouth makes me realize that they won't budge. I can't help but narrow my eyes at Lyle, feeling slightly betrayed. Even if nobody else understands where I'm coming from, Lyle should. They are my best friend, and they've been through the same deception and fear and worries about the blackouts as I have. Why are they not on my side? Alia, please promise us you won't do anything. With a scowl, I raise my hands in defeat, collapsing onto the couch. Yes, whatever, you guys win. I don't agree with either of you, but I'm outvoted here, so I don't have a choice. I won't do anything, don't worry about it. Suddenly hit by a wave of frustration and restlessness, I find myself wanting to get away from the lies and the truth and truth and plans and conspiracies. I leap to my feet and I'm halfway across the house and at my door before Evra and Lyle seem to notice that I intend to leave. Blah 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 blah. We're supposed to. So, alright. Shoulder all the blame. We're just gonna keep on skipping till we get to the ending. I mean, I guess I could have done this ahead of time, but it's way more fun doing this instead. I'm gonna make y'all suffer. I'm the only one who can do more than just blink dumbly at the king in silence, having heard of this from Kylan before. Looks like he wasn't lying after all. Just gonna keep on skipping. We're gonna request to stay behind with Everett. We're just gonna keep on skipping. We're just gonna keep on skipping. We're just gonna keep on skipping. Keep on skipping. Hell yeah, keep on skipping. Hell yeah, keep on skipping. We're supposed to say, I don't want to lose you. Yeah. We know, no. We know, no. We know, no. The king needs to learn a lesson. I avert my gaze and sigh. Till recently, I'd probably have said the same thing. Nell runs their fingers through their hair, taking a deep breath before they speak. But not anymore. No, not anymore. Now that I think the king needs to learn a lesson. A lesson? Why do you seem so surprised? Think about it. He's willing to sacrifice us, all of us, for his greedy little plans, whatever they are. A king is only a king because there are people underneath to serve and respect him. You can't rule a nation without people. But that's exactly what he plans to do. You don't know that. He's the king, and I'm sure he's been suffering with the knowledge about the two nations' ties for much longer than we've even known about it. I don't think it's fair to judge him, especially when we don't know everything that's going on beneath the surface. I huff on an incredulous laugh, unable to form any sort of response to the words. Lau has always been loyal to AIRIS, and it's crowned to a fault, probably as a result of their peaceful, law-abiding nature, but I'm shocked that they don't seem to feel more betrayed by or furious about the recent developments. I can understand that. I can understand where Lau is coming from. I can understand that. With a sigh, Lau shakes her head. Well, as long as nobody hurts each other as a result of their goals, and as long as there's no full-scale revolt that ends up in bloodshed, I suppose it doesn't matter too much. Yay! Just gonna keep on skipping. Doodly-doodly-doo. Just gonna keep on skipping. Just gonna keep on skipping. And we're supposed to say, I completely agree with the goal. And that's how we're gonna get to the ending. Yep. Just gonna keep on skipping. Just gonna keep skipping, cause we're skipping shit. And oh yeah. Yeah, we're gonna kiss. How? Your minds. I'll have to test a bunch of things from my end by hacking into and altering the code that connects us, and I may end up irrevocably damaging the minds of anyone whose connection I alter. I don't understand jack about the code, and it's going to take me too long to spend the time to decipher and try to learn the entire language before I jump right into the system and begin changing it. Who knows what I'll end up doing in the process? Aelia, I don't think anyone's going to be okay with me tampering with them to the point that they may become completely damaged, especially when I don't even know how the damage will manifest itself. Evra. I swallow. My decision on what to say made for me long before I speak up. I volunteer. What? I volunteer to be altered or whatever. I don't care what happens to me as long as you manage to use whatever you learned from trying to alter the connection to me to save AIRIS and the others. Aurelia, no, I couldn't do that to you. If I fail, you could. Then don't fail. Easy, right? Everett practically chokes at my words. This is insane. No, Everett, listen, I trust you with all my being, and I also trust that you're going to be extra careful if your target is me, probably to the point that there's no way you'll be able to hurt me. What if I fail? That's alright. It'll have been for the greater good, and I'm just grateful you're helping us at all, since you don't even belong here. You trust me too much. I know, it's because I love you, and because I know you love me too. With that, I tiptoe up to give Everett a final peck on the lips as a farewell. Oh no, I'm kind of nervous about this ending. Back to the start. Achievement unlocked. This is the ending that we've been waiting for. Gather round, children. This is the ending that we've worked so hard for. And then I guess since it's been 26 minutes now, we'll have enough time to go back. Well, not completely all the way back, but we'll load save file 2, and then we'll get that ending too. And that'll be it. Alright. I swirl around the drink in front of me absent-mindedly with my pinky finger, looking around the tavern as I wait for my drink. A bloody dragon. That's the drink that Teddy said used to be my favorite back in the old days when I still had my memories. Oh. I don't know why or how it happened, but I woke up a month ago in the middle of some forest with a single memory. I didn't know my name, my job, my past. I was no longer myself, in a sense. Fortunately, I'm not the only one with tampered memories, although I think I took the worst out of anyone in AIRIS. All former vassals have had chunks of memories regarding recent events removed from them, and they claim to have many of their remaining memories feel fuzzy. According to gossip, even some others have had their memories tampered with, although I haven't heard anything firsthand about that. Despite the messiness of their memories, however, everyone claims that it's like they've finally woken up from a long, long dream. I don't feel like that. I just feel confused and anxious that I have absolutely no idea what's going on in my life. Perhaps the memory loss has something to do with my involvement in the coalition of guilds that was comprised of warriors dubbed vassals for reasons now unknown. The guilds have been dissolved for a while, although I don't know why, and the few others I've found and spoken to who used to be a part of it don't seem to know much more than I do. Now I think the drink tastes like alcoholic vomit, but it's still the first drink I'm likely to choose from the menu. It's one of the things I pointlessly attached myself to in the desperate hopes that it'll trigger some long-lost memory that I may never otherwise recover. So far, my efforts have proven vain, but I continue hoping and I continue trying. Teddy continues to sit patiently in front of me, allowing me to be silent. She says I used to be more excitable and talkative in the old days, and oftentimes I catch a wistful glance from her that makes me hate the way I am now. She clearly misses my old self and preferred her a million times over to me, my present self, though she's never admitted to it. I'm grateful she's stayed by my side all this time, even though we technically don't have any lasting bonds. She could have left my home at any time in favor of a better home, or Mother of Souls even in favor of Forest, perhaps, with people or creatures who actually remember her and can treat and love her the way she deserves to. But she hasn't. Instead, she's stuck by my side all the time, eager to help me out with any tasks I struggle with, comfort me in my frequent memories of panic and desperation, frequent moments of panic and depression, and answer my incessant questions about both the world around me and the people I've forgotten. The sound of tinkling bells as the door inside opens, distracting me from my thoughts. It's Everett. Why is she so big? Why is she so big? Why are they so big? It's kind of confusing me. Absent-mindedly, I turn towards the entrance and immediately across a beautiful girl with strawberry blonde hair sauntering like she owns the place. My heart skips a beat, confusing me. Her expression seems grim, and yet she still manages to ooze determination and confidence. I turn back towards Tenny, who looks conflicted and confused, but even as I speak to her, I can't stop myself from glancing back towards the girl who's just entered. Who is she? Tenny's voice falters as she tries to respond.
She's Severa. Has anyone mentioned her to you yet?
I stifle a gasp. Evera? Of course I've heard of her, although this is my first time seeing her. She was one of the greatest warriors in the now dissolved guilds of vassals, wasn't she? In passing, I've heard her being mentioned for her bravery and her credible fighting abilities, and also her occasional bouts of shifts in personality, as though two souls are occupying one body. It was the center of quite a bit of gossip for a short time. I turned to glance at the girl again, only to see her looking right back at me, her jaw slack and her eyes wide and trembling. She lifts her foot, about to take a step forward, but soon turns sideways and begins walking back outside instead. That couldn't have been because of me, could it? Yes, it is. Sorry, Teddy. Give me 1 second. Curious and filled with a strange need to get to know her and unwilling to let her leave without at least talking to her first, I rise and stride after her. Hey! Wait, don't go yet, Evera! I call after her and she whips right around, surprise and confusion plain on her face. You remember me? But how? While I was digging through the code, I accidentally wiped out all your... I'm sure I have no idea what she's talking about, so I frown. No, I'm recording! No! God damn it. Sorry. Someone was about to interrupt me. I'm sorry about that. Anyways, don't worry. Don't worry, I didn't return here without figuring things out. I've been communicating with the real Evera through letters in our home, and we agreed on determined times for the switch to. The sound of her voice is pleasant to listen to, and I almost want her to continue forever, but I'm too perplexed to listen to her any further without interrupting her, clarifying things first. So I'm guessing we've met then. Met her? Her eyes open even wider, and I scratch at my neck nervously. So you don't remember then? I'm sorry, I don't remember anything from, well, my entire life. From what you're saying, it sounds like we were on familiar terms before, but I'm afraid I don't know a single thing about you. I gesture back towards Teddy. I only know your name because Teddy told me when I asked. I left before she could tell me anything else, though. Sorry if that made you confused. Ever pauses, then shakes her head as if to steady herself. Well then, I suppose I shouldn't have hoped. Why did you approach me if you didn't recognize me, though? I feel myself flushed from my hands to my ears, and I lick my lips. Oh God. Oh Jesus Christ. Don't take this the wrong way, but I thought you were gorgeous, and I wanted to get to know you better. Oh, mother of souls, shut up before you embarrass yourself some more. Instead of looking at me like I'm crazy, however, Evera breaks into a soft, constrained laugh, and soon enough she's blushing too, although not quite as severely as I am. I'd like to get to know you too. I'm afraid I'm probably nothing like the way I was before. That's fine. That's totally fine. Even without your memories, even if you act completely different now, you're still alien to me, and that's more than enough. You were a great friend to me. Oh, putting me in the friend zone, huh? I'm happy beyond reason that you're still willing to. Never mind. In any case, I'm more than all right from starting from the beginning, without any reservations about our past. Why don't we start from the beginning? She offers her hand, and I shake it. Nice to meet you. I'm Evera. What's your name? I manage a faint smile, knowing she's fully aware of what my name is. Alia. It's nice to meet you too. That's why it's called back to the start. Oh wow. wonderful. What a wonderful, wonderful thing. What a wonderful thing. Oh, Jesus. You know what? I'm just gonna do the last ending in the next episode, just to make things a little bit easier, I guess. It probably won't be as long as this, though, obviously, because we load from save file 2 instead of loading from save file 1, which takes longer. So, yeah, we're gonna load from save file 2. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed this episode of AIRIS, leave a like down below, leave a comment down below, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't, ring that notification bell, and remember, die safely. Bye-bye!